What's up, my friends? Welcome to another video. I'm Rob Stuart and I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health back on track. This What I Ate Today video, I want to focus a little bit more on the details of each meal that I'm eating so that you guys have a little bit more information. Now keep in mind, and this is extremely important and probably the most important aspect of this entire video, this is my current diet. My diet has gone through many different stages. It's gone through many different refinements, and what I'm currently eating in this moment is working tremendously for me, and I'm sure in the future it might not look exactly the way it looks right now. It is of the utmost importance that if you are looking to heal your skin completely for good, the way that I have and the way that many of my clients have, you have to take the responsibility to figure out exactly what foods work for you and what foods don't work for you and what macro ratios work best for your gut biome. The diet that will heal your skin won't be the same as everyone else's. You have to individualize it, you have to customize it, and if you don't do that, you may never really get too far in your healing process. With my successful clients, with myself, it is the number one focus. The gut biome and the immune system and the autonomic nervous system response is fueled by the health of your gut, which obviously the food you eat makes all the difference. If you guys are enjoying this content, feel free to hit that share button, hit that like button, hit the subscription button, and also don't forget to turn on your notifications so that when I put out new videos, you are notified that I did so. Thank you. Okay, so for those of you who have watched some of these videos of mine in the past, you'll see something that happens no matter what I'm eating. The same thing happens in the morning every single time practically, and that is a little turmeric lemonade. And in this one, I have a little bit of green tea as well. So that's my little twist for the morning. But every day, either room temperature, sometimes cold, or sometimes heated up like today, it's turmeric lemonade, which consists of just some lemon. You can squeeze about half a lemon into your water and a dash of turmeric. And no, I don't add the black pepper to my turmeric. And I know many people debate that, oh, you have to put the black pepper in there because that activates the turmeric. No, the turmeric is activated completely fine on its own. You can dash it in food, you can put it in your drinks. It's fine all by itself. Remember, if you're looking to heal your skin, your gut does not want a bunch of extra spice. A little bit of black pepper on your food throughout the day for most people works really good, but adding it to your turmeric, because that's what people say is you're supposed to do, is senseless and can add too much spice to your sensitive morning belly, so don't do the black pepper. As I'm going through my morning, I will just sip this until it's gone. I also take a Skinessa every single morning, which is the most bomb probiotic for skin health. And generally what this allows me to do is some form of letting my body get rid of all of its crap, literally, in the morning. The morning is meant for liquids. The morning is meant to go to the bathroom and flush out and start to wake up all the body parts. The lemon and the water with the turmeric does an awesome job activating the liver, activating the kidney, and getting your lymphatic movement started for the day. Around 12:30, I started to get really hungry. And generally every day I eat some form of pastured eggs, pasture raised eggs. That means chickens that are not in a cage. It means that they are foraging for their food. And this is extremely important if you're gonna be eating eggs. They need to be eating from the ground, the worms, the bugs, all of the insects that they enjoy, and they need to be getting direct sunlight. That's what gives their yolks that nice deep orange color and makes pastured eggs so wonderfully nutrient rich and healthy. So for breakfast, I did 4 eggs, all pastured, probably 4 pieces of bacon chopped up. And again, the bacon is hormone free, it's antibiotic free, it's nitrate free, so it's just plain and simple pork. Some people call this Sunday bacon. It's important with all of your food. all of the meat that you eat, you want it to be hormone, antibiotic free. If you can get it grass fed, if you can get it pastured, that's always gonna be the best. But sometimes you just gotta do the best with what you have. But be careful with processed meats. You don't want the nitrates. You don't want any sort of really strong processing with them because it kind of ruins the food. So with my bacon, antibiotic free, hormone free, nitrate free, super simple. And then I added a little bit of rainbow chard, which was left over, and just to give it a little mouthful and texture, fried it all up together, ate it, and it was super delicious. And for the amount of calories, it's not a super big meal for me. It keeps me satiated for a pretty long time. Today's gonna be an interesting day. I don't have a workout planned. I simply will be just doing some random push-ups, maybe hanging, maybe take a little walk, maybe ride the bike a little bit, just moving my body, maybe doing some stretching as well. So my caloric intake today might be on the lower side, but again, we will see. I will let my body dictate how much food I wanna eat. When I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat until I'm satisfied, and if I'm not satisfied, I'll eat a little bit more. If I get satisfied really quick, I'll stop eating when that satisfaction hits me. Okay, on to my next meal around 4 o'clock. 4 hours after I ate my breakfast-ish, I was just in the mood for steak. And so I started off with 2 pretty fat 8-ounce filet mignons, and I just cooked them on the grill. And I like to have them pretty rare in the middle. So I go about 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes on a really hot grill on one side, flip it over, and just about 2.5 minutes on the other. That's how I like to eat my steaks. These 2, I added goat butter on and a little bit of sea salt, and they were absolutely delicious. Afterwards, I was still super hungry, and the flavors that I was eating were just speaking to me. I had another ribeye, so I grilled that sucker up too, and so after I ate the 2 filet mignons, I just went straight to the grill and grilled up another ribeye and took that sucker down as well. It was delicious. At that point, I was feeling very satiated, and I went back to work. Some of the key takeaways though is if you check out the steaks, many people who are eating a paleo diet or a keto diet or even the carnivore diet, they fall into the mistake of not adding enough fat or enough flavor to their food in general, and so they kind of don't last. Also, when you're eating a diet that's high in protein and high in fat and you don't get enough fat, your body could go into glucogenesis, which means your body has way too much protein and not enough fat, and it's trying to turn the protein into a carbohydrate source. That's the process of glucogenesis. That process, for most people, does not feel good. So if you're someone who's on the carnivore diet or any type of diet that could be higher in protein, and you're just feeling super low energy, you're just not sleeping well, your hormones aren't responding, you're just not really having a lot of success with it, the first thing to check in with is where are my macros and where are my calories? That's the troubleshooting mechanism that has always been number 1 for me, and it's what I use with my clients. If they're not feeling good, how many calories are you eating per day? Generally, if you're not feeling good, you're not eating enough calories, or you're just having way too much protein and your body is going into glucogenesis. Somewhere around 65% or more, even 80% for some people, 80% of your calories, so 65 to 80% of your calories could be coming from fat, and that's gonna keep you out of that glucogenesis range. And as I mentioned, you gotta make it taste good. Salt, butter, to me, on steak is absolutely delicious. But you'll see throughout the day of eating, all of my meals, for me, taste wonderful. The combinations of foods, the combinations of textures, this is important for long-term success. And you see it all the time. You see people out there who start an Instagram channel or a YouTube channel, and they're just new to healing their skin, and they use a vegan approach or a keto approach, and they're shouting at the rooftops, look at me, I've healed everybody, and boom, guess what happens? A month later, 2 months later, you don't see them on Instagram or YouTube anymore. They've gotten new flare-ups. That's because they haven't taken the time to really devote themselves to learning, first of all, what foods really work for them long-term in a nourishing way, and number 2, they're eating so disciplined and so clean and so minimal that really they don't have any food choices, and so they get bored, they get tired of those foods, and they don't really have the ability to sustain it because it doesn't taste good enough to be eating for the rest of your life. I've had success because over the past 8 years, I've always refined my diet to make sure that one, it's tasting really good, and two, that it's actually delivering me perfect results. When I was vegan, when the results stopped coming in, I made a refinement. And I do that all the time. From month to month, from day to day, from year to year, some foods get taken out, some foods get brought in. There's a little bit of experimenting. There's a little bit of reading your own biomarkers, but it's key. And that's why I'm stressing it so much in this video. I had success and I've been cured for 8 years because I take the time to really notice what I'm eating. I make it taste good. I make it individualized, and I don't have an emotional response to it. I just go with the data and what refinements and transitions need to be made. I'm not afraid to make them. Okay, moving on to my absolutely delicious dinner. Now, dinner was a strange dinner for me. This isn't a typical day, but I was really in the mood for a big salad, and I had some leftover pork chops. And so they were cold. I ate them cold, and I put a ton of goat butter on them, as you could see. But let's talk about the salad. I already know what a lot of you guys are gonna say. It's, Rob, you are on the carnivore diet. And first of all, look, diets and their labels are meant as a tool to communicate what you're eating. For me, the carnivore diet, the label of keto diet, the label of vegan diet, the label of plant-based diet, those are not badges of memberships to a certain cult. I use dietary languaging to try to do my best to communicate to you guys generally what I'm eating. But as you can see, the theme in this video is you have to individualize everything. For me, you could say that most days I'm kind of leaning towards a bioavailable fat and protein based diet. Some people would call that carnivore. Some people would call that paleo. I call it, I don't know, carnivore-ish. A lot of meats, a lot of fats, but it's a hybrid approach. I know what vegetables, I know what fruit works best for me as an individual. And when my body really desires those foods, guess what? I eat those foods. Why? Because I probably need them in some way, or I just need the satisfaction in my palate, and it keeps me on my game. Having my food taste good is what has kept me eating clean for all of this time. So, for those of you who said, oh, Rob, you're not on a carnivore diet because you're having this little salad. Okay, fine. Today is not a carnivore diet. Call it whatever you want, but it was delicious and it really gave me awesome results. Let's talk a little bit about the salad. Super, super simple. Romaine chopped up. That's it. That's the main ingredient. Boom, dropped out in a bowl. Now for the salad dressing, also very simple. A little bit of goat yogurt, which I kind of do sometimes and sometimes I don't. It's just one of those foods like salads that when I really want it, I eat it. Probably has some probiotic nature that works for me. And on days that I don't think about it or want it, I don't eat it at all. The goat yogurt was a little salt, a little pepper, a little lemon, and boom, good to go. It kind of tastes like a tzatziki style sauce or, yeah, delicious flavor. Very good. And so I ate my salad and I ate my pork chops cold with a bunch of goat butter on them. And that was eaten around 7:30 at night. It was delicious. It was ultra filling. It was filling. It filled me up in a major way. And that was the end of what I ate today. It was a pretty big day of eating based on I didn't have a really hard workout. I felt totally satiated. I felt totally satisfied. And it was just simply delicious. It was a simply delicious day of eating. It didn't feel like a diet. It didn't feel like any type of intervention with food because it's not. It's just my diet. It's just what I've learned, what foods work perfect for me, and I put them in a combination that their macros stay in healthy ranges and good ranges for my gut biome, and I make it taste good. It tasted delicious. Every meal was absolutely restaurant quality, delicious. And for me, that's one of the main things that has really kept me on my game for so long. I want to show you guys a little bit more of my day. Like I said in the intro, really focusing on the nuance of the food, why I'm eating it, what I'm eating. But I did do some other stuff. And like I said, this wasn't a day where I had any type of really hard workout. But even on days that you don't work out, you have to move your body every single day, no matter what. 0 days off from moving your body. And that can be a number of different things. You can go for a walk, you can do some yoga poses, you can ride a bike, you can play some basketball, you can play some soccer, you can go dancing, you can do some yard work. The human body has to move, and has to move a lot. And this is another area where people who stay cured long-term or heal their body long-term have success. And for those who struggle, they don't really move their body enough. The human body has to move, and it has to move a lot. I would call the amount of movement I did today on the lower end. And so just let me show you guys what I kind of did. In between my sessions of being on the computer and editing videos and working with clients and doing emails and my typical day, I did push-ups, 5 or 10, not a workout, but just to bounce around and get my body moving. Today I did a whole bunch of push-ups in between my work just to get the body flowing, just to get the blood pumping, and it works wonders for the lymphatic system. Also, I just took some time, and I do this every single day. I hang from something. Pull-up bar, a door, gymnastics rings, whatever you have, hang from them every single day. This really does a lot. It can totally regenerate your shoulders. It gives your spine some decompression. It works your central nervous system because you're having to hold on and really hang. So it builds your hand strength. And you'd be surprised what static holds can do for the circulation of your blood, your body heat, and your lymphatic system. So I did a lot of hanging as well. I went for a little walk a few different times. I rode the bike a little bit, and at the end of my workday, I spent probably an hour, hour and a half doing manual labor on one of the projects that I'm working on. Custom van that I'm turning from a ProMaster into kind of a tiny home on wheels. And it's a super fun project, and I like projects like that because they keep my body moving and grooving in a fun way. So the take home of this video, and I'll wrap it up, is make sure you're customizing your diet fully for you as an individual. Copying me or copying other people's success out there to the letter and thinking it's going to work perfectly for you, it's just not going to get you anywhere. Now, you can copy someone else or copy me as a way to get started, but then pay attention to your body's biomarkers and adjust as needed. Secondly, move your body as much as you can daily. Some days you have to do really hard, heavy workouts, but not every day. But every day you do need to do something, some type of movement on a pretty regular basis. You got to spend some time really devoting yourself to both of those things. And backtracking to the food, thirdly, make sure you're making your food taste good. Combine foods, use the foods that you know taste good and that work for you so that you can sustain it long term. Because the whole key to healing your body is how consistent can you be with your diet and lifestyle long term. So that's gonna do it today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope this gave you some more insight into why I've had success and why I've been able to heal my skin and stay healed for so long. If you're looking to get a hold of me to become one of my clients, there's a link in the description box for a free consultation. There's also links to my Instagram, Rob Stuart. There's also links to the website, holistichealthactivation.com. That's where you can find my skin health offerings, my coaching, my workbooks. Everything is there as well. Also, in the link, you saw me in the intro having my daily Skinessa. There's a link for that. You can pick that up. It's an awesome product. I'll be back with many more videos, guys, really soon, and I hope you guys are doing well out there. See you later.